The Aardvarks closing out the 2025 concert season, Levitt Pavilion, SteelStacks. Now, I've seen the Aardvarks before, and to say they're an average cover band is being nice and generous. But beautiful summer night, too nice to be inside, only thing going on in the valley. Check it out, why not? Maybe they've evolved over the past several years. Yeah, wishful thinking on that one. Anyway, the Aardvarks pretty much do a lot of, kind of like 80s, 90s covers. The best thing I can say about the band, honestly, is they have excellent stage presence. They were moving around on the stage. And Levitt Pavilion, if check out the videos and photos, is actually a fairly big stage. So they weren't afraid to use the space to, get some energy going, get the crowd really into it. Now, for some reason, which I will never fathom, and several people I talked to at the show agree with me, they have this huge following. Lehigh Valley is pretty much cover music hell. I'm finding out there are several original bands, just no place for them to, very few places for them to play. So the Aardvarks, back when I started the very first evolution of Fire City Illusion, of Valley and Beyond, probably around 2013, I think, 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. The Aardvarks, I saw them a couple times, so it's been like 10, 11 years since I last experienced them. They used to just stand in one spot, so they have evolved to moving around on the stage, showing the energy, showing their love for performing. But when the show started, I was actually talking to a couple people that I knew, and I was paying attention to them. And there were a couple moments where I was like, even in the first half hour of the show, I was like, ouch, felt that one. And I even joked around with one of them, like, has anybody told them the band to a point that they suck? Not completely, but to an extent, to a certain extent. And throughout the performance, they're just, they're trying to pull off certain songs that they just don't have the range for. Number one. Number two, they do several medleys where they did one with Prince, when Doves Cry. I think it was one song, one was Little Red Corvette. They go right into it. That is another plus with the band, how, they've rehearsed, they've done it so many times that, okay, they can pull it off perfectly. But the fact that, it's just kind of like, at times going from one song into the other, you kind of like tune it out a little bit. Now, in fact, it's the only band that actually had to use the restroom that, it's like towards the end of the show, I used the restroom, I'm like, screw it, won't miss much. Why wait till the end of the show? I think it's like the only band I've ever done that with. I do give them a lot of credit. I always give every band a lot of credit for being up there, regardless of the review, regardless of what I professionally think about the band. Because it takes a hell of a lot to get up on a stage in front of, especially the huge crowd at Levitt Pavilion, combining the Aardvarks with the last show of the 2025 concert season. Their perfect summer night, late summer night, seriously. I didn't even have my denim jacket on after sunset. And it was Patriot Day. So the place is, take a look at some of the photos in the videos, the place was fucking packed. So it takes a hell of a lot to get up in front of a crowd like that and perform. But, they are a classic example of one of the main problems with the music scene here in the Lehigh Valley. It's cover bands, and not only is it cover bands and cover music, it's the same songs over and over and over again. Basically, you see the Aardvarks one time, you can skip an entire year, and they may have changed a few songs in their set list. I was told by one of the staff members that it's kind of like now a tradition for the Aardvarks to close out the concert season. Great, fantastic, amazing. Another classic example of number one, Arts Quest, number two, the Lehigh Valley. Let's stick with tradition. Let's do the same shit over and over again. And this is one of the main problems with Arts Quest, with what Arts Quest has done to Music Fest. There's a state in, as I've stated previously. But not only that, with Levitt Pavilion, hey, let's, we're not afraid to change. We're too afraid to change or evolve. Instead of like, closing it out with, an incredible original band, or splitting it, extending the time of the Levitt Pavilion to two bands, one original, one cover. Hey, you know what? Let's just go with the same old boring shit that we've been doing because it works. And trust me, I've seen original bands that can pack it out just as good as the Aardvarks, Large Flowerheads, or any of the ones that the fucking zombies here in the Lehigh Valley go insane over. I swear 3/4 of people in the Lehigh Valley have never experienced a good original band in their entire lives, or have very little experience with music in general, live music in general. But anyway, the Aardvarks, if you see them, if you're into cover music and and into cover bands that don't make it their own and just basically, okay, here's the way the original sounded, we're gonna try and come as close to possible as duplicating it, you'll love them. If you're like myself and probably a lot of people out there, trust me, avoid it at all costs. You're not missing a damn thing. Link Phoenix, Founder Staff, Fire City Illusion. Under a week left this summer. I hope you and your family and friends have had a great year so far. I hope you had an excellent summer. Or winter, depending on which hemisphere you're living in. But please, wishing you, and I'm very sincere every time I say this, wishing you, your family and friends only the best and much success in your lives.